I was a staff writer for Warner Brothers in Nashville, and I had a very Southern publisher who, in one sentence, could teach me so much. One day, I had written a song with this writer who had just had a #1 song on the radio. We were so excited. And you know, as a writer, you can't focus on everything. So we were thrilled about our melody, thrilled about the concept of the song. We just filled it with metaphor. It was natural disaster that could be used in the song. It was like the tsunami of this and the summer rain of that and the whatever it was. But we loved the song and we were both really proud of it. And I had sent it to my publisher for him to listen to it. Then the next day I got a message from him and I checked my messages and this is what I heard. Scarlet, this is Chuck. I just listened to your song. Put some dang people in your song. Click. And I was like, right, the dang people. Completely forgot about the characters in the song, how they feel, because we got on the metaphor train. Once we start looking for metaphor, it's hard to stop. That lesson was so important because it really made me consider from that moment on, what is the balance between metaphor, imagery, and emotion? It was missing emotion. It was missing the fact that he didn't know the characters. He didn't know how they felt. And if we don't know the characters, we can't care about the characters. So the song was interesting, but it didn't have impact. It changed everything. I love the analogy of a content triangle because at the top of that triangle is emotion. And that's the one thing that I want you to always consider when you're writing a song. How do my characters feel? One of my favorite songwriters, Steve Seskin, had said if he had a choice as a songwriter to include imagery or emotion, he would pick emotion every time. It's the most important factor that we can include in our songwriting. But just picture that triangle, picture emotion at the top. I need to make sure that my listeners understand the emotional life of my characters. They understand how they feel. So emotion is first. And then to the far left, on the bottom of the triangle, you have literal language, concrete language, everyday nouns. It's the kind of language that will really let the listener see the scene that you're in and experience the glass of champagne that you're holding, something very tactile. And then on the right side of the triangle, you have your figurative, wispy, poetic language that's going to include metaphor. We're aiming for a balance between all three or just two. You could write a song that's completely concrete, make sure you include emotion. You can write a song that's purely metaphor, make sure you have emotional lines. You can include all of them, but you always want to make sure that there's a balance and that you always include lines that imbue the song with emotion so that we understand how the characters in your song feel, because it builds empathy with your listeners.